I didn't turn my phone on. Sorry, give me a second. And I turned on my ring light. And now I have to wait for my phone to... Load the app faster. I didn't pay for this iPhone for you to be slow. Okay. There we go. Hi everybody and welcome to Red Violet TV. I am your host, T to the KTK, bringing you television on the internet. Directly at you. It's at you, I'm attacking you. My door won't close fully anymore. Fun story about that. Essentially, I have an Ethernet cable that is plugged into my computer. That Ethernet cable is about 50 feet. Because the connection runs down to the first floor of the house. I'm on the second floor. But it runs from the modem through the ceiling into the other bedroom down the hall and then across the floor to my room. Now, there's no adequate way of getting the cable through my door, but at one point I actually did manage to have a little notch in the cable wherein I was able to close it fully and like seal the door so it doesn't swing open. No longer the case. Since I vacuumed recently, I had to move the cable a bunch and now it won't close. Whoops. Also, I have Spotify open. My brother and me has been going for 720 episodes. I have missed over 200 episodes of this podcast. That used to be my weekly ritual, and God, man. I don't even know if they still do Yahoos. Is it Quora now? Y'all want a Quora? That doesn't have the same ring. I forget what it is now besides the advice. I feel like Reddit had a good ring. Because I know for one episode, Griffin did pull out a Reddit question for a bit. And, like, y'all want a Reddit does have a ring to it. It's the right syllables, right? Anyway. The internet is not short on its weird questions, though. Other life update stuff, I don't know. I applied for a bunch of jobs and still haven't heard back. That's kind of the reality of things. I got locked out of my Windows account because it turns out that somebody in Brazil has been trying to log into my information. And I had to change my password 3 times because I started getting errors saying you tried the wrong password too many times. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. So there was that headache. The only real annoying thing is you have to re-log into everything with the new password, but that's just me being a sourpuss, you know? I'm having a coffee at 4:45 p.m. because I'm an adult and I don't respect my own body. Speaking of not respecting my own body, I've been growing out my beard again, and I realized why I had a beard for so many years. The beautiful thing about facial hair is that if you ever have a thing about your face that you're insecure about, facial hair will hide it. You scared of your weak chin? You got hair there now. People aren't going to notice that. People aren't going to comment on how your chin is a weird shape. They're just going to... If you're just growing hair on your chin, they're going to say you look like either Shaggy or Peanut Butter Gamer. We need more chin scruff kings. Get on that. Not you in chat specifically, just men. If you're wondering what this game is, cannot grow more than the chin strap and it drives me nuts. I mean, I get it, right? I don't fully, I guess. When I tried growing a full beard the first time, it was patchy as shit, and it was so thin, and it looked awful. And I decided to, like, trim it so low down my cheek that it looked awful. It looked like a pencil beard. And that's not a good look for my face. But I don't know the mechanics. When you have to, when you have to get store-bought facial hair. I know it's not as, widespread or as consistent. And really, in terms of the mustache, you're not missing out on much. You're missing out on hair in your food. So just rock that chin strap. Yeah, sorry. If you're wondering about what this game is, a friend of mine in another server, shout out to Fat Cat Scoot, longtime subscriber. He's quite active on one of my friend's streams, one of my friend's servers, Faunin, which Faunin is a cool streamer. Big shout out to Fawn. You like car? They do a car. And they're a deer. There's occasionally VR stuff and some roleplay, if that's what you're into. But I think the bulk is usually car. Yeah, friend I met through that server named Scoot played this game and like shared some screenshots, and I'm like, that looks interesting. It's like a little, it's Sims adjacent, but it's very fine detail sandbox where you can make and shape like your own rooms and spaces. And I decided to pick it up because it was like $5. How much is it right now on Steam? I'm fact checking this for you. It is $7.79 Canadian, so that is 50 cents American. Not quite. It's $5. There are DLC, which is just a couple of accessory packs. You can get dedicated kitchen and bathroom items in those packs. So you can set those up as well. And one of the packs is pets. So it looks like you can just have a dog or a cat in your space, or you can have an aquarium. Some cool stuff. I just have the base game right now. And I experimented with it by just like playing in the sandbox, and I tried to recreate my current setup, my current room, as best I could with the tools. Bearing in mind, they're good tools, but they're not like completely comprehensive. This isn't 3D crafting software. This is just a goofy little thing where you make a 3D space. So set your expectations for that. I'm going to throw on some lo-fi because this is going to be a more relaxed one-on-one talk stream. I probably shouldn't be running it while I'm running the background noise here and the thing. So we're just going to jump into the game. Get ready for it. Good timing on that. So I don't know where to put me. But I will show you that this... How you doing, Cryptic? This is literally my living space. I think here's a good spot. As for this, you know, I don't need the logo. I've been rocking with this in the corner of my streams for a while now. I don't need it. Getting ready for the final leg of the move. Oh, nice. Hopefully that goes smoothly. Appreciate the lurk. But yes, this is literally my room right now. I am sitting right here. They didn't have my exact office chair, but I've owned similar flavors of IKEA chair to this. I've got a queen bed that takes up the majority of the room space. If you're wondering about the choice of carpet and wall color, they were not my choice. Well, okay. The wall color was my choice when we moved in. For context, I was 12 when we moved. And yes, I still live with my parents, and I live in my bedroom that I've had since I was 12. And the wall color that I picked, we had to keep it like vaguely neutral. I think there was some building rules about it. So we couldn't go crazy with the colors. I opted for this neutral color that my family had picked out that's like this off green. I picked it because it had elf in the name, fun fact. And you know what happens when you live with a smoker? The room has yellowed significantly. To the point where I brought a paint sample, because I had to patch some walls. There were some holes. I used to be a wall puncher. I'm not anymore. But I patched some holes, and I wanted to touch up the paint. I didn't want to completely repaint the room because I'm lazy. So when I brought a paint chip sample to a paint store, it was a completely different shade of yellow. And yet, I'm looking at the wall it's on. You couldn't tell. Because even if you clean it, I have done deep cleans of my walls. It is yellow now. Also, the carpet is much more depressing looking than this makes it. It's closer to like this shade. It's like a beige pink. But it's a carpet that has been in this unit since before we moved in, and we did not have the option to change it out before we took this one. So it's aged. If you were just to look at the wall color and the carpet, you would think that I lived in the back rooms. I can't completely refute that. But pseudo room tour, I guess. This is the entrance. Leads out to the hallway. That's the door that won't close because of the Ethernet cable that's running from like the corner here all the way to my computer here. These two frames I got at Michael's, and they're like shadow boxes, but they fit t-shirts. So because I'm a fat bitch, but I'm also sentimental, I have a couple of t-shirts that I didn't want to get rid of, and so I put them in these frames. This one here is a screen print that a friend of mine did, and I really like the aesthetic. I don't have the picture to put in it. You can see that I have uploaded some pictures. Some things do allow you to do PNGs, or whatever. If you upload them from your computer, you can put them in. I don't have all the pictures of all the things. But this one is like this woman shushing you in front of some plants. It's really pretty. I'll post a picture on Twitter at some point. This over here was a shirt that I got from an event called Toronto Zombie Walk. And it's as millennial as that sounds. It's you dress up as zombies and you run around the city. But when I went one year, it was the 10-year anniversary, so I grabbed a 10-year anniversary shirt. That was about it. This box is supposed to be like a wooden chest, but they didn't have any kind of like chest piece, so it's a dresser turned around. I tried to get creative. Not 100% one-to-one to the physical fan that I have here, but it is about that small. And I do have a mirror just like propped against it here. This is a Calyx. All my IKEA fans probably knew that looking at it. In terms of the actual book layout, I have to... Jesus, the camera is not great in this. I'm going to be honest with you. In terms of the actual layout, I have a Stormtrooper helmet on this shelf, but both do contain books. This one mostly contains tabletop stuff, but this one has a big stack of books. The ones I can make out from here is I have a couple of design books from when I was in web design. I have one of the books the Oatmeal made, 5 Very Good Reasons to Punch a Dolphin in the Mouth. I have Egghead, the book of poetry that Bo Burnham wrote. William Shakespeare's Star Wars. I have a couple of How to Raise and Keep Dragon books. And that's how you know I'm a furry. And I have the first 2 Adventure Zone graphic novels. You might be wondering, well, Tim, why didn't you pick up the rest of them? They kind of fell off. When I heard that they did Crystal Kingdom and they cut the whole bit about turning Angus into a concrete tube because he ate the crystal, like, what's the point? Oh, there's 2 doors here. What the fuck? Yeah, this is my closet. They don't let you do floating objects, even with no collision. Didn't want to do that. Let me try no collision. Or is this collision? That's collision. Yeah, even with no collision, you can't do floating objects, but I have a hook here that's holding my backpack. Also, yeah, the handle is that side. This is a signed TWRP poster that I have from one of their quote-unquote last shows in Toronto. It was the show they did before they moved to LA. The random things on the shelf are also just like filler for the fact that they obviously wouldn't have everything that I have. I have a Deadpool Figma, some ODST figurines, my Rob amiibo, big stacks of DVDs and games, and I do have some controllers. I have a Steam controller, a Halo 3 controller. Like, it's a 360 controller with like a Halo 3 concept art laser printed onto it. And I actually do a bunch of plushies up here, but they don't really have a whole selection for plushies. That's real time. That's cute. I do have a phone stand, a light. So the light strip here runs on the same app as like this bedside lamp that I picked up. And I swapped out the bulbs in both my... I have a desk lamp, which you can see here. And I have an overhead light in the room. So they all run on the same app. Which I didn't want to have, like, smart lights to have a smart house. I wanted smart lights to do fun colors. And also for dimming, because that is not something that this room allows for, right? I do have a little hidden garbage can under there as well. The clock that I have is actually from Lenovo, and it is a Google Home. This I got in college, which almost feels like a bad joke. Like, yeah, I got an X-Files I Want to Believe poster in college, but like, I have a lot of old college posters that are just in my closet. I kind of took a bunch of shit off my walls at one point because I was like, oh, it's all childish. And then I put more shit on my walls. Like the soundproofing behind my computer. And my TV, technically. I wish I could remember the name of the artist. It is, I believe it is a Japanese woodblock painting, but I have a big poster of it above my bed. Initially, I had purchased it because I had measured out this exact size on a poster website and bought this. It's actually a really nice print. I'm supposed to frame it. I haven't had the time or money to put it in a frame. It was meant to go here because I have a bad history with soundproofing. I have bought 3 different soundproof foams I bought 1. I bought 2. Currently up there are some hard foam hexagons. And they've not fallen off yet, thankfully. But I did have these. I did have, like, foam squares. And I tried to attach them in, like, 5 or 6 different ways. And every time, even, like, the most strong adhesive that I could think of, it would just peel off. And it ruined the wall behind it, because it was just covered in tape marks, and even if I painted it and, like, smoothed it out and refinished it, you could still tell that there's, like, these deep gashes in the wall from tape and adhesive and all this stuff. So I wanted to cover it. And I got fed up with the soundproofing, so I just put up a poster. Then I bought more soundproofing because I actually started to feel insecure about the amount of sound I make in this room. Not a whole lot I can say about my desk. I've posted a lot of pictures over the years of the shit on my desk. But this is my monitor layout, so if you ever see me looking up, that's why. It's because my second monitor is about up here. It's not this tilted. And there's actually a gap now. So what's in between the 2 monitors is, like, I lifted this as high as it can go. And then brought it back down a little bit. So that in this gap is a webcam. And my phone arm pokes out. I have my phone arm clamped to the back of my desk, and it comes up behind the monitors and through the hole between the 2 monitors, and it's facing me head on, right next to my webcam, which has a ring light, which is what this is supposed to signify. And then, yeah, I have a clamped mic. The reason I used an Xbox One for my computer case is that all the computer towers they have in this game are like the ones with big windows. That ain't me. And that'll never be me. There's an ROG Ally. That's funny. Just a graphics card. Could put a pie here. What the fuck? They're like sesame cakes. I don't want to criticize the 3D modeling. This is a goofy little game. But yeah, this is my room. I might actually post pictures on Twitter and then like show a one-to-one comparison of like how I managed to recreate it. There are some subtle differences. For one, I have an air conditioner. It's in this window. The spacing is a little bit off because it's not on the same kind of grid. And I actually only have one curtain per window. Why did I do that? I also have a cork board on this wall, but I don't know if there's anything of that equivalency here. But you can play with object sizes, so I can do this. I guess I can't pick color for it. That's funny. Oh, and there's a laundry hamper here. Because I'm a dirty fuck. Do they have a hamper? Not really. There's no, like, container. You can't spin stuff. Like, I can't put something on its side. I don't know. Let's do this. It's a plastic bin, but if I do this, I feel like it'll convey the vibes. Yeah. But we're not doing just my room. This was my setup. This was my attempt at replicating my current setup. The dream is we're going to do a whole new one. And I think it would be a fun challenge to build a whole apartment. Granted, I don't have the kitchen or bathroom DLC, so I can't really do that. Not to the extent, right? But why don't we play with the space a bit? For one, shape is too complex. Shape of the room should be closed. Now hang on. Okay, so it literally won't let you do multiple rooms in one space. So you can't fully, like, Sims this. So why don't we get this office sized then? Because I want an office. Let's we're not gonna give ourselves a ton of space. In fact, let's do less than that. Let's do this. Awkward doorway, because why make things ideal? In terms of what I want to paint, let's go for that. Now, what's annoying is I have to do this on every wall. I want to do an off-white, slight gray, because it'll hide dirt better, but also I just think it'll look a little classier. It's daytime. I've decided. I control that. Now, floor. That is this. I actually kind of love parquet flooring. So while this is a dream, I'm also keeping it realistic. So, like, this is my office as a person living in a major city could afford. So I guess it's a basement now. Let's try to see. This is another thing that a little bit bums me out about this, is there's no grid. So if I'm aligning things, it's all by mouse and all by eye. And it feels wrong, and it looks wrong. I can see that it's wrong. Shut up, chat. I kind of like that. Like, I like the lower shelf here. That's like where you would put your power bar. That's how you keep cables off the ground. I don't know. I want a desk, Natch. I just want, like, I'm looking at them in the space, right? What about one of those gamer desks? Those hashtag gamer desks. I see these all the time at, like, my local computer store. I don't see the appeal. big old corner piece. I know a lot of bitches who love these. What I want this. It's a standing desk. Now, do I want it? This is an office space, right? Why don't I try to use the floor to help line things up? I do appreciate that I can just type the values. Let's just say, yeah, window on this side. This is like a 2-bedroom apartment. I've converted one of the bedrooms into an office, dedicated office space. Here's the thing. I want a standing desk. I don't want another white desk, I think. I think I'm done with white desks. Saying hi while settle for a nap. All right. I appreciate that. Okay, so that company just does the... How's it setting up? Ah, it's going all right. Do I want to do a black desk, though? That's so boring. The reason I like white furniture so much... God, no. The reason why I like white furniture so much is because it's... So, it stands out so much. My current desk is an IKEA desk, but I have, like, black legs. Oh, hi, Parker! I have, like, these little black legs. I like the idea of colorful furniture. Let me look up standing desks. I want to see what I can get for a standing desk if I go for a standing desk. Well, I would want, I think... Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm on IKEA. Because I'm a broke bitch. Well, I don't expect a standing desk to be cheap. But I like this light wood quite a bit with the white legs. And it has a cubby with cable management. Oh, it's just so big. This is way too big. That's 700. I feel like there's a manual. That they sell. Oh, this one's is this one smaller? Or is this the same desk? This one's slightly smaller. I don't need that much desk space. You're a dark wood girly. I feel that. They work well with under the desk treadmills too. There is one time, yeah, it was this exact company. One time when I was working at my drugstore, they had these. And I kind of love that. I'm not paying $500 for this. Although this one, the reason this one's 500 is it's got the Yankee things. But like, I like this as an idea because I'm a leg shaker. This would definitely keep me occupied. I feel like I would take huge advantage out of that. But yeah, something like this would be really nice. This version does have a size. Okay, so about 23... What's max height looking like? 124 centimeters. 47 by 23. What is this tangent? What are any of my tangents? I was just going off about furniture. I want a standing desk. And I was talking about colors. I guess in this space, if I'm in like a polished parquet floor, I feel like if I tried to do more woods, I would want it to match. But I don't know how I would do that. This is something this game could use as well as a texture thing. I mean, like, I can do wallpaper, apparently. Like Sims. That's some Sims ass energy right there. Oh, exposed brick. Listen, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. But like I would love to be able to take a wood pattern off of the floor and then put it on a piece of furniture, but that is not an option. I guess part of me wants to do realistic. Like, this is a feasible space that I could live in. But also, like, I don't know. I actually quite like this dark wood flooring. I want you and your raccoon as my neighbors. What was my raccoon's name? Do you remember? I remember you had a cat named Pretzel. So Kat and I would hang out a lot, and she had a Sims save, and it was really funny because she had a very smart cat. Her character would go to work, and her cat would unlock her apartment, go out into the street, and demand strangers pet her. I remember it was a overstimulation nightmare, your apartment, for a while, because it was like, oh yeah, he took the elevator and then demanded pizza. Like mother, like son. But it was an overstimulation nightmare because you also had a talkative cat. And in Sims, when you have a talkative cat, the meows are... You go through about, like, 5. I don't expect them to record 100 different cat sounds. I don't expect it to be like Stray. But, like... Yeah. I was the noisy next-door neighbor, so there was music coming from my house. You had music blasting in your living room. Your cat was yelling. And your character was just trying to cook. I would have killed someone in that apartment. Here's the other thing, though. Is it boring to have a black hardwood floor like this? Is this played out? I mean, I think it needs rugs. Does this game have a rug? It has a rug! What is this? This is like a thing you see at an animal obstacle course. You would see this at fucking Westminster dog show. That's what I'm talking about. I want a fuzzy ass carpet. Grass. Oh. Let me turn off collision. Let's see how big I can make this bad boy. Oh, hell yeah. I do want a good size rug, though. It doesn't have to be this thick. I do want some dimension, though. I want a fuzzy rug. Boom. I want it to kind of have some texture to the color as well. So it's a gray. But, you know, it stands out. I want to space it away from the workspace, only because it would kind of get caught under the wheels. I don't know if anyone's ever tried to move a desk around a carpet like that. It ain't ideal. You want to make sure that area is open and free. I definitely would get, if I'm throwing around big dick money, this is like the perfect room, the perfect office space. I want to make sure that it's I'll absolutely grab a Herman Miller. Are you kidding? Get one of those Logitech Herman Millers that are like $3,000. Boom. Thought about dumping $1,000 on a chair. Thought about dumping 500 on a chair. It's time for tangent number 2. I have literally just folders of links of things that I want. And in there is an office chair for $600. Yes, it's gaming related, but it's actually quite robust from what I've seen, and it's one of those XL gaming chairs. So this is designed for people my size. On their official website, it's the same price. It recommends for anywhere between 5'9" to 6'9". I fit that range. And it has a max weight capacity of 441 pounds. So I could comfortably manage this. The majority of reviews that I've seen for it are actually quite positive. I really like the shape of these pillows compared to, I had another gaming chair that just had like a big square goofy ass pillow up here, and it did nothing for my neck. This actually looks like good neck support. And this looks like good lumbar support. This is also a trusted brand, and you can get it through Staples, and they have a 3-year warranty. Am I gonna pay that? No, I just thought... I had the thought, like, oh, they probably have a good return policy, and then I just saw that. Want to see some other stuff on my wish list, chat? I would wear the fuck out of this. Honestly, both colors I quite like. I probably would get the brown. Hey, now listen. It's a baby's tee. There we go. I dig it. I dig it. Why is it so blurry? This is actually one of my favorites. If I was going to sit down and buy any of their shirts, this is one of them. All of my visual art that I do, it's primarily done with a pen tool. Also, they got this guy. It's my vibe 100%. I mean, they also have the little treat shirt, which I really like. That's so good. Solid. Okay. The dragon feminism shirt goes so hard. The Limp Bizkit feminism shirt. Okay. Tina Belcher. This dumbass shit is what I love. I was just having a conversation about this. It's Nicole Kidman. But I went to the movies with Parker over the weekend, saw Deadpool. It was quite good. And like we have our own version, like Cineplex has its own version of like the previews. We come here to laugh and experience emotion, and we watch film together. And I was commenting about how, like, yeah, there's an American version of this that became a meme because AMC has like their one with Nicole Kidman. Why? Why do they have a Chris Gaines shirt? For people who don't know, which is a huge amount of people, Chris Gaines is like the pop persona of fucking what's his name? Garth Brooks. That's Garth Brooks in a wig. There's the getting my little treat shirt. That's my shit right there. What else? I'm on this tangent about clothes. I've been listening to a podcast lately. And this is the stupidest possible shirt I could get from them. But I love it. It's a running gag, because their Mom Can't Cook does reviews of Disney Channel original movies. And it's a running gag. Whenever there's a bad visual effect, they're like, on the screen flashes lightning PNG underscore not final. And so they just made that a shirt. But I also love, it's a good day to hang for my crimes. and monsters of varying levels of attention to detail. That was for Halloween Town, if I recall. The fuck was this? Why did I save this? Oh yeah, it's like a 90s camera thing. I was getting ads for this on Instagram, and I kind of thought it looked cute. Because it just films in bad quality, but that's the vibe these days. I'm just a yapper, aren't I? It's cute. I do like the idea of like a loose sectional couch like that. Like, yeah, like a bench, but like akin to that, but I don't want it. In my mind, it's like a fold out. Right? You're coming here. Let's put it there. Let's get it in a dark gray. We're going very monochrome, but at the end of the day, there will be color in other spaces or in other spots. I fucking hate Roombas. I don't have any reason to. I just do. Hate those goddamn things. Now this isn't a combo, right? This isn't my living room. This is my office. So the idea is that I want it to be office-like. But, you know, it has a fold-out couch for guests. What is this? Like a monitor stand? I guess. I kind of dig these shelves. I would definitely do some floating shelves. Absolutely. Let's, I mean, let's make a windowsill. That way I have a thing to put shit on. God damn it. Sometimes I hit escape to back out of, like, closing a window. And then it... it does that. You know, that is harsh in terms of shape. So introducing some rounded shapes would be a good idea, I think. What about light? Well, I mean, It is my office. Let's get some gamer lights, you know what I mean? Can I cycle it? Probably not. I probably wouldn't push it past that point. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people with these, like, in their windows. I stare into people's windows. That's me. That's the kind of guy I am. I see it every once in a while, and I don't get it. That's it. I just don't get it. I want a lamp. I want a standing lamp, but I don't want, like... Let's do this one, but kind of adjust it. I feel like having that in the room like that. And then having that also be kind of a darker color, a lighter lampshade. Curtains. No, I'd want blinds. 100%. I'm zooming in. get it perfect, god damn it. Okay. Why can't I move? There we go. They do have some nice coffee equipment items. They have Christmas stuff. I don't know when this came out. I still want to do shelves. That was another one. I'm distracting myself. What I'm thinking about is there are multiple styles of Calyx. What I think would make sense in the space would probably be something relatively small. Grouping would also be a lovely thing to add. In my humble onion. Like, item grouping would be great. Now that unit that I was looking at had legs. So what if I did that? Look at that. Well, it's not quite wide enough, but there we go. And yeah, we're just gonna make all this white. I also don't think it's a bad call. You know what I mean? Like, okay, hold on. Let's bring this down. Let's see if we can't make it slightly the same width. And pull it up. So that's the space right now. Yeah. Yeah. I kind of want to make, like, the work area central. Like there. I don't know what to put here then. You know what I mean? Turns out they do have these. I just didn't check in this section. A bookshelf here would actually be really good. That's too many. What I would love to see too is room dividers. Oh, I like this. I like something like that. There has to be room dividers, right? That's a common thing. I'm not like I'm not completely out of it for suggesting that, right? Like a privacy screen kind of deal. That's got to be in here somewhere, right? I'm not seeing it. I could try to make one. Out of like a shelf. Something like that, right? These exist. These exist. These exist. I'm not nuts. These are real. Like privacy screens. Yeah. Where are curtains at? Wait, there we go. Something that visually divides the space. But it doesn't make it, like, completely uninviting. You know what I mean? Keeping it monochrome, but I promise there will be color. Can I put things on it? Will it let me do that? No. Oh, is it because I have no collision? There we go. Now will it? No. I can't put paintings physically on the wall. Okay. We'll figure it out. What is this? Why is it moving? You know what? I will 100% want a 3D printer. That's not a bit. I think having a dedicated desk for it would be cool. You know, it's like a workspace. This has my modem and some backup drives. We can put some other junk on there. Got this shelf here for stuff. But I want to keep moving forward with stuff on the desk here. I honestly would love to go mini ITX. There are a lot of really cool mini ITX cases. There's a, okay, so it's not mini ITX, but there's a really cute case. Hold on. I have it in my, look at this thing. It's completely flat pack and you can choose the color. And it's a full-size computer, I believe. There is a plain old black version, but I think I'd get it in pink. There's accessories for it. That's cute. But there's a bunch of mini ITX cases that I would love to get. I am a very boring person when it comes to my PC cases, though. I still think I would probably stick with what I've got currently, which... it's a pretty standard tower. Now, I do think this is cool because I can go ahead and do this. And that'll work. And that's my real mouse pad. And then, yes, I have a Stream Deck. I don't have a Go XLR. But this was on the Steam marketplace, and I wanted to demonstrate that. Out there. This is Dream setup, right? So let's get some nice speakers. the fuck is this? Ah. Okay. How would any uploaded photo look? I think it's fucking up. There we go. Yeah, no, that looks bad. I think the monitor's fucked up. It doesn't like it when you try to do custom images on those dual monitors. Now the keyboard. If I imitate mine, it's a black body. These keys are grayish white. These keys are pink. They're definitely redder. Yeah. No, these keys are black actually. It's about that shade. It is RGB, my keyboard, but I don't use the lights. And I can't change the spacebar. Is it like a Mac Mini? Guess it is. And this is a closed laptop. And mouse. It's basically something like that. But mine is definitely all black. I also do have a wrist rest. And we can make one. Or try to force one to exist. Like that. Ugh. In terms of other junk. What's this? Was it an air conditioner? Cool. So that's supposed to represent my Wave XLR, which I have next to my Stream Deck here. There's a... I don't want to go to more wish list links, but there's the thing on Etsy that I was looking at that has like a 3D printed stand that puts them both vertically. I would like to do that at some point. In terms of other mandatory junk that I want at my desk. Well, I want the controller on a stand. Like a drawing tablet? Or just a tablet? There was a controller in here, right? Yes. The things you can change the color of are a little odd. Like, I would like to change the color of the stand, but it's white. We're just doing clutter at this point. Because I've got the desk done here. And there are a few little clutter pieces that we can add. I can add any picture. So if I have a photo on my desktop, I can make it a poster or a picture. I definitely think that's how we hide that. And then no, I don't want to just do that picture. I have it downloaded. I can use this, but it looks weird. So I want to do a pattern. I have a few patterns on hand. But, you know, it's going to get a little bit crushed, especially if it's not. So, the majority of plants I have in my room, I do have. They're all fake. Every single one of them. Why do I have a bunch of fake plants in my room? Because I can't take care of real ones. was hoping I can get some that were small enough to fit on that, but that's not going to be a thing. Would I hang my bike in my office? No. Not like that. I've fucked the camera so bad. There. Huh. I actually have a couple of weights sitting around. Been trying to lift. That doesn't mean that I have. But I've been trying. That is a dream. I fucking love air hockey. Alright. Book. It might surprise you. It might not. I'm not the largest reader. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't keep books at all. Just a fun fact for you. In terms of reading, I ain't a big one. But I am going to make these kind of appear like actual books that I have on my shelf. Close enough. I'm not a big... What plate is that? Florida, I guess. They have a lot of Funko Pops. They assume the worst out of it. There is a hamper. They really assume the worst out of their users, huh? Some scent sticks. Would I? Yes. 100%. The music stuff doesn't have a record player, does? Oh, it does. Has a not great one. It's like a suitcase record player, but if I hide it in the wall. Get it some matching speakers, why not? I apologize for being quiet, by the way. Would I put the I Want to Believe poster over here? I probably would. I wouldn't have it in my room. Put it there, and then I was kind of hoping there would have something akin to like records, but I'm not seeing anything. immediate. So I'm just going to make this the same color to try to communicate that this is a box for music. And then we're going to fill these because I own a Calyx and I do have a couple of these like units, these like boxes. They're amazing. You can hide so much shit in there and it looks clean. So I would 100% do that in a full office space. It's just fill a shelf with the boxes. The thing is, there's a lot of clutter that I would absolutely have that this game does not seem to think exists. Which is fine. The fuck? Little container. I don't expect it to have every item ever made by a human being. But if you're wondering why some shelves are pretty barren, it's mostly the reason. They did have Flying Spider Hero. There he is. Love this dude. Let's get another plant up there. I know it's like Copics or whatever, but I think they look nice there. I feel like we're almost to something. I also feel like I've kind of tattled on myself in that I've made a very boring room. But I'm trying to use the tools that they have to make something. I feel like if I had the power to decorate, it would be a little bit more interesting. %, they'd have some cheap place would probably have a radiator right under the window. Oh, and I absolutely would do these textured wall panels. And I would do these. Absolutely. That's probably why I should move. I want to believe. There we go. I will be right back very quickly, so don't go anywhere. We back, baby. I had some burgers. They were tasty. These actually come in a decent amount of colors. I was looking at some. They were like, yeah, they're like pink. I would do that. Yeah. Little trash can. Got the workout gear. I don't know if I'd do it that big, but I would absolutely have a green screen on hand. I don't know. I think it turned out pretty good. In terms of, like, dream setup, and yeah. Having a dedicated office space. Something like this is really nice. I like it. It's actually quite inspiring in terms of, like, furniture and stuff that I want to get for my future house. Apartment. I'm not going to live in a house. If I had the DLC and stuff, I definitely feel like I would go out of my way to try to do more crazy stuff. But, like, I don't know. I quite like it. And I want to take some pictures of this. terms of like angles I can actually get a picture of with my phone. Yeah. Honestly, for $5, it's a pretty fun tool to mess around with. Quite happy with it. Gonna call it short here. I mean, like, I say short. We're, what, 2.5 hours? That's not a bad stream length. Just, I don't know where to go from there. I did everything. Shit, man. I don't know who to raid. I genuinely don't. I'm looking at my list here. I don't know, do I just end? Could just end. I don't know. Why don't I go raid proxy? Tomorrow is going to be more Blasphemous 2. Hopefully Thursday, we can do I Am Your Beast. I don't have a ton of money right now, but hopefully I can scrounge together a few dollars to get that game. And then Friday is more Blasphemous. But the sequel. Next week, Concord comes out on the 23rd, but I bought the deluxe edition a while back after I played the closed beta, and I have it for the 20th because I have the early access thing. So, if you're curious about the game and want to see it before it fully releases, besides the closed and open betas that they had, you can check out my stream and see if it's your kind of thing. Because I know a lot of people weren't super familiar with the game, and hopefully I can help them get familiarized with it. You know? Anyway. I love you guys, genuinely. And, thanks for agreeing to stick around for a dumb stream idea. Anyway. Have a good night. Or else, and thank you for watching. All one of ya. No one watches my streams. Doesn't really matter. I'm tired. Nothing matters anymore.